104.5, the team, your home for New York sports. The Giants begin training camp tomorrow, the first camp under new head coach Ben McAdoo and our friend Jordan Ranaan, who is now officially a family member, the four-letter network. He's doing covering the Giants for ESPN. Jordan, how different is this camp going to be under McAdoo? What are you expecting?
Yeah, I mean, you thought when the Giants hired Ben McAdoo, you said, well, hey, this is a questionable move. They just made Tom Coughlin the scapegoat. Ben McAdoo's in. The defensive coordinator, Steve Spagnuolo, stays the same. The offensive coordinator is now just basically was their quarterback's coach last year, so he's just been pushed up to offensive coordinator. So what's the change? But being around the team, being around, seeing the way McAdoo operates, it just has an entirely different feel. It does feel different, and we're going to see that again this summer. Things such as the way they run their meetings are going to be different. Instead of having 2 longer meetings a day, they're going to have 3 shorter meetings. One at night to install the new plays. They're going to have another one in the morning to go over them again and give players an opportunity to actually ask coaches questions about those specific plays that they installed the night before, and then get on the field and implement what they've been taught, and then another meeting later in the day to review the entire practice. So these are different kinds of things that McAdoo is doing. Obviously, this team appears geared towards the younger millennial-type learners who are supposed to learn in shorter spurts. There's the music at practice. All these things are going to be different and give the Giants a different feel under Ben McAdoo.
Jordan Ranaan covers the Giants for ESPN right here on 104.5, the team, ESPN Radio with Levack and Wolf. All right, so Jordan, OBJ, Instagram's out that he's working out with LeBron. He's got to be next, and we heard that his camp and everything. He's basically predicted the Giants are going to Super Bowl 51. Insane, or does this team look that good to you so far?
I wouldn't pencil them in for the Super Bowl, if that's what you're asking me. I mean, I would hold the horses a little bit on that one. They got a lot to prove and a long way to go before we get there. Look, I've been here. This is now I've been here for 2 training camps. Okay, this is my 3rd training camp. I've been there for the most part of 4 seasons. This is the first time I look at this team and I see potential for them to be good. I think this will be the first time I pick them at to probably go over 500. Like, this is a better team than they've had the past couple of years. Entering the season the past couple of years, there was just too many holes, too many question marks, too many unknowns, and not enough overall talent, healthy talent, I should say. And this year, finally, I think you look at this team and you say, okay, this could be a pretty good team. This could be, if things pan out right, this could be. You can easily see this being a 9 or 10 win team, and I think that's realistic with this team. And in a division which I don't think is very good, that gives them a shot at the playoffs. Now, when we're talking Super Bowl, yeah, Odell Beckham and the players, they're obviously going to, their goal is to, and they're aiming to win the Super Bowl. I mean, that's what they're paid to do. They're paid to go out there and play, and they're not going to come into the season and say, well, I just hope we go 9-7 and finish with a good record, and maybe things will work out. No, they're looking at it as we're going to do great. We're going to go to the Super Bowl. So, but that's a big jump.
Jordan, give us a Victor Cruz update.
Seems to be trending in the right direction, but the thing with Victor Cruz, and you just have to be careful with this, and it's just, you can't answer the question of what are the Giants going to get from Victor Cruz. It's just an impossible question to answer right now. He's got to get on the field and get through a full practice. It's one thing to work out. And he's doing, by all accounts, everyone I've talked to, his workouts are going well. He's getting back to being at what he considers full strength, but at the same time, this is a guy who hasn't played in 26 straight games he missed. Hasn't played in almost 2 years. Didn't finish a complete practice in almost a year. So there's a lot of huge obstacles he has to go through. Finish a full practice, put together back-to-back practices, play preseason games, stay healthy, get in a regular season game, play 16 games in the season. So Victor Cruz is still a complete question mark, And anything the Giants get from him, it looks optimistic now, but you have to be have the expectations reserved. It's just anything they get from him is a bonus, so you have to view it that way. And you hope it works out, and there's so much against him in regards to age, time spent on the sideline, severity of injury, that he's going to need to have another Victor Cruz story, going from where he came from to getting, from an undrafted guy to being a free agent. He's looking to do that again for a second time, which would be just an unbelievably ridiculous and sensational accomplishment if he's able to pull it off. And I think realistically, if you get 50% of the old Victor Cruz back, that's a victory.
Jordan Ranaan with us right now. He works for ESPN.com and the whole
sounds
mothership.
Good. That sounds good.
I know, right? I like it. I mean,
that has a good ring to it.
Of course, we go back to your former job, but now we all get to fly the 4-letter banner, and it's beautiful.
Yeah, it definitely has a good ring to it. I'm getting used to it.
All right, so Jordan, we don't know what to expect from Cruz. What are you looking for from JPP at training camp?
You're just looking to see how that hand holds up. It's one thing for him, again, to lift and work out and do all the things he's doing, but it's another thing to go out there and bang that hand as violently as you do in the game of football and see how it holds up. I mean, he had some procedures, early in the off season, like when the season just ended, and his hand definitely has limitations. He's working with, I don't know if there's a single finger that's fully functional and what it used to be on that hand. So let's see how it holds up, so that he can try. I mean, the goal is to try and play without a glove this year. But I think we're going to find that out in training camp to see, what if the hand swells up every time he, is on the field and really, really banging. I mean, it's one thing to work out, you're hitting pads and stuff. It's another thing to be banging your hand against 350-pound offensive linemen. So that's really what I'm looking for about JPP this summer.
Safe to assume no after-game fireworks show for the Giants?
Yeah, I don't think the fireworks something we're going to have to worry about again with JPP or any of the Giants.
No, I meant from the for the fans in the stadium. They might not want to do that. It might shake JPP a little bit. Yeah.
Oh yeah. Well, this isn't international soccer where they just blow stuff up in the stands and stuff. Which I have to say is one of the mysteries in life to me of how it's okay in Europe that you could just bring fireworks into a stadium.
Yeah, there's a lot. I've got a lot of mysteries.
Explain that to me. I mean, I just need to understand that.
Yeah,
I don't get it.
I guess it just adds a little more air quote excitement.
I guess, but I mean that's just okay. Oh, what are you going? Let's go get ready for the game. Let's go pick up a couple M80s and stuff so we can have some fun at the game. Like, what?
Jordan Ranaan with us here on 104.5 The Team. Jordan, that backfield for the Giants, it looks pretty crowded at the moment. Who are you expecting to make the roster as far as that backfield goes?
Yeah, that's a real crapshoot. We're going to have to see on that one. Here's the thing, and I think Andre Williams definitely has his work cut out for him. If Rashad Jennings is the primary back, then you're looking at Paul Perkins is going to be on this roster. He was fifth-round draft pick. He's going to be on the roster. Shane Vereen is going to be on the roster because he's sort of like a different kind of player. He brings a completely different skill set. He's their pass-catching passing down running back. And then if you're talking about, you're the other running back on the roster, that kind of has to be a good special team, versatile kind of guy. And Andre Williams is really not the most versatile running back on that roster. So I think he definitely has his work cut out for him. And if he doesn't prove that he's essentially going to be their primary ball carrier or even, a 1B ball carrier to Rashad Jennings, then I think he's going to have trouble making the squad. And a guy who has the versatility of Orleans Darkwa has a much better chance to fill that role. To me, it looks like Darkwa and Williams are going to be fighting for that last roster spot, and Bobby Rainey also in the mix. But I think Bobby Rainey has a lot working against him there.
Jordan, we've all had a lot of fun watching Eli Apple's mom. Is she there? Have you talked to Ann yet?
I actually haven't, even though we are now co-workers, right?
Right, yes.
No, but I actually have not. So it's not like she's around and she's going to be in the on training camp field and stuff like that. She's just doing her thing, I think, on the side, and her goal, from what I've been told, is to sort of stay out of the football side of things with Eli. So let the football people and the people around him handle that stuff, and her role is going to be more of like, all right, what is looking at it from a motherly perspective of a mother who has a son who plays in the NFL. So it's not going to be so much Giants specific or Giants related.
Jordan Ranaan of ESPN joins us now. Jordan, you and Coughlin had a very interesting relationship. What's going to happen first?
That was a nice way to say it. Interesting.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I mean, he liked you. You stood up for him, but you guys had a couple dust-ups here and there.
I don't think he liked me. I don't know.
You don't think so?
I might disagree with that assessment.
All right. Well, you liked him. You were nice to him. So what's going to?
I don't know if I agree with that assessment.
All right. What's going to happen first? Annie Apple and a Chucky Soup commercial, or are you ticking off Ben McAdoo?
Ben and I had to have a pretty good relationship so far. So I'm going to go with Annie Apple. Getting on the Chunky Soup commercial or being, or something of the sort. I could definitely see that happening. It comes down to if the Giants win and don't do things like intentionally not try not to score when you're going to put away a game in Week 1 against the Cowboys, or let Odell Beckham run wild and him and Josh Norman have this ridiculous battle in the middle of a field. I think me and Ben will be fine. And the odds say that the ridiculousness that happened last year will not repeat itself because, honestly, if it does, what the heck is going on over there?
Yeah, you got to clean house at that point.
So I think we have a potential to have a much better, stronger relationship, especially because I think the Giants are just going to win more games this year.
Yeah.
I love it. He's Jordan Ranaan.
That takes care of everything.
Yeah, winning is the salve for all wounds.
If the Giants were winning, Tom Coughlin and I would have been hugging.
Yeah, come here, pink shirt guy.
That's the way it would have gone down. Like, if Tom Coughlin was in this great mood and the Giants were 12-4 and winning Super Bowls, we would have gotten along just fine.
He's Jordan Ranaan of ESPN. Jordan, when we get to camp, we're looking you up, my friend.
All right, I look forward to it, fellas.
Thanks, Jordan.